The following program contains graphic images that may be disturbing. Parents are advised that these images may not be suitable for young children.
In 2010, Stephen Holcomb drove the United States to its first four-man bobsled gold medal in 62 years. It was a historic moment that almost didn't happen because at the time, Stephen was going blind.
My dream as a kid was to be an Olympic champion. Bobsledding is my life. Being the driver, vision is critical because I have to see where I'm going. In 2000, I was diagnosed with keratoconus. I was losing my vision. It was pretty emotional. It was at the point where I decided I was going to retire from the sport because I could no longer see. And then in December of 2007 is when I met Dr. Boxer Wackler.
We first had to cure his keratoconus with a procedure called C3R, which is really revolutionary because it uses a special type of vitamin drops with a special type of light. It's the first treatment that can cure this disease without invasive surgery.
Since I've had this procedure, I've won the 2009 World Championships and then win a gold medal at the Olympic Games, which is the pinnacle of what we're trying to do.
USA with the gold!
The procedure has changed my life for the better, and it's been overwhelming. It's a change that I never thought was going to happen.
Everyone, a warm welcome to Steve Holcomb.
It's been a great ride.
As a result of all this inspiration, I decided to honor him by changing the name from C3R to Holcomb C3R. He's made the procedure world famous.
And now people know out there who suffered from the same condition that there's hope. Thanks for coming on the show. Stephen Holcomb passed away unexpectedly last year, a loss felt especially deep by his nephew, who suffers from the same progressive eye disease, keratoconus.
We noticed Raife was having issues with his vision when he was in the 4th grade.
I went to school and I just couldn't see the board at all, and they had to move me to the front.
We took Raife to the eye doctor, and they gave him a prescription for glasses, and his eyesight got worse over time. About every 6 months, we were having to go back and get a new prescription. We started to worry about Raife's eyes. Because my mother and my brother both had keratoconus, I figured there'd be a good chance that Raife might have keratoconus as well. Stephen put us in contact with Dr. Brian. The results came back. We did have keratoconus.
When I found out that I had it, I was very frightened because they said I might lose my eyesight when I'm like 20. My uncle said when I was diagnosed, he was going to be there when I got the procedure and everything would go back to normal.
It was the morning of May 6th, and the phone rang, and it was my mom. And the only words that she could say was, "Uncle Stephen is gone." Stephen's death has been incredibly difficult on the boys.
I miss my Uncle Stephen. He was just a good person.
Stephen was Raife's hero. After Stephen passed away in May, the foundation was set up as a legacy to him. It's called the Giving Vision Stephen Holcomb Legacy Foundation, and it helps cover the expenses for the cost of the Holcomb C3R. And Raife is the first recipient from the foundation. Stephen told Raife that he would be with him through this procedure, and I truly believe, and I know Raife feels in his heart, that he'll be there in spirit.
I'm here now with Raife, his mom Megan, along with eye surgeon Dr. Brian Boxer Wackler. And Megan, as Raife's mom and Stephen's your brother, obviously you were really worried about Raife's vision.
I was very worried about Raife's vision. He'd come home from school and tell me he couldn't see, and then it was new glasses every 6 months. And it's a terrifying experience to think that your son is going to lose his eyesight.
But it was a little bit of a journey for you to get the diagnosis, right?
It was very difficult to go to the eye doctor and mention keratoconus in the family. And it's not something that they generally just look for. They don't do the topography every time you have an eye appointment. So we did have to kind of pressure the doctor over and over. We'd like to have this test done. We'd like to have it done. That's when Stephen connected us with Dr. Brian, and we got those tests done. We just paid out of pocket because they kind of laughed at us at the eye doctor, thinking, "Oh, you're crazy. Keratoconus just doesn't happen."